On today's show, Lisa Zalenski, we have the birthday episode.
It's our birthday.
It is our birthday. And this is Building Friendships. All right, we're here for another episode, and it's our birthday episode.
Yay!
So, yeah,
this is really exciting for me.
Is it?
Because this is an awesome birthday present already.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Uh-oh, I'm nervous, but
no, I think as always we're gonna reveal sets that I've decided remind me of you. We're gonna be doing 3 sets this episode. We're going to be doing one set differently than each other, and then the other 2 sets are going to be identical.
Okay.
All birthday related. Mine are all birthday related. 2/3 of yours are birthday related.
2/3 are. I'm already sweating. Like I'm literally.
That's because it's really hot in here, and this stuff strangling us. This is meant for a child.
We're being strangled by our birthday
I do not feel
hats.
great about this birthday hat.
You know what? You look amazing though. You look great in your birthday hat. I always look
amazing. I'm a model, but like this birthday hat is terrible.
I love it. I love it.
You
picked the perfect one for yourself. It's giving me an
extra chin. I feel like I have a 5th chin going on.
It's true. It's like pushing. Well, it's strangling us.
I naturally have
like...
2 chins, and then when I go down, now I have like a good 5 or 6. Anyway, Lisa's birthday is January 26th. Yes. Mine is today, the 27th. I'm saying that because we will be releasing this on the 27th.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. If you're watching this on the 29th, it's not today. I forgot that's how the internet works.
That's how the internet works.
But yeah, let's get to the reveal. So again, we're going to be talking about this, but let's talk about your sets. Pull out the first one.
Ooh, okay. Which one's the first one? There's 2 in there.
The one closest to you is going to be the first one. This reminds me of you for obvious reasons, which we're going to talk about.
Oh!
So...
Construction bulldozer.
Lisa is actually by herself, not by herself, but for the most part, she's redoing her entire place that she just bought. She's like doing the actual construction work.
I am doing actual construction work.
Which is horrifying.
I have a lot of good stories about it too, so I'm excited to get to that.
Yeah, we're going to get to that.
So do I start? Like, I'm
nervous.
nervous.
We're going to start, but I will be doing, just because I love food and it's birthday related, a pizza truck.
That's an awesome pizza truck.
Yeah, because my stomach is shit, I can't have cheese or tomato sauce, so 2/3 of pizza make me sick. Oh no, I eat pizza all the time. I just I could only do it when I know I'm not doing anything for the next 3 days because I'm going to be in so much pain. But I have 0 self-control, so I eat pizza all the time.
And that's what I'm nervous to find out, since we'll get to it later, but I am doing a juice cleanse and elimination diet, and I'm really worried that I won't be able to eat pizza anymore.
Oh, you'll always be able to eat pizza.
But like you said, I'll just eat it and then cry for 3 days.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
But
I usually do that anyway because I've eaten way too much pizza. I'm like that. You become very regretful, especially like on Domino's days.
Yeah.
When you eat a whole pie.
We had a Domino's, Adam and I, my husband Adam and I had lived across the street from a Domino's. Well, it was on a corner, and we had Domino's probably 3 times a week for a very long time.
This is why I want to get married. But I need to get married to a person who will do that. I don't think I've dated a person that's ever tasted Domino's, let alone willing to eat it for 3 nights a week.
We love Domino's.
I need
so
someone
much.
who will go to White Castle with me on Valentine's Day.
We already have plans to do that.
Did you make reservations?
Not yet. Our friend is doing it for us. Our friend was like, "Oh, we go to White Castle."
That's a weird thing for a friend to do for you.
Well, it's another couple, and then we're also gonna go together because they told us about it, and they were like,
amazing.
"Oh, we're gonna make the reservations for us. Don't worry."
Table service.
I know, table service. Like
you're having Valentine's Day in a castle.
We
Can you
are
have
going.
a better husband?
No.
I didn't think so. Let's get started.
Yes!
I'm surprised this came with 2 books, but it did.
I think I'm going to do this faster than you are. I'm pretty confident about it.
I think you might. But we will figure it out.
Well,
I got you a very basic set because I remember our first time doing this.
That was a very difficult set that you got me.
I mean, that's debatable, but we're going to get progressively better. We first met, I honestly keep forgetting.
Okay.
Did we post, we met because you you were...
I'm better at telling the story.
Yeah, I'm bad at stories in general, but you were essentially a cast member of the Anya Marina series. Did we post to fill that role? Or
yes.
Did you okay.
So my coworker had approached me one day, and she said, "Oh, I saw this post of they're looking for an actress in the South Jersey area." I was like, "Oh, what is it?" And so she sent it to me, and so it was for the Anya Marina series. You were looking for a social media influencer type of person. And I was like, "Oh, that sounds fun. Let me cast for it." So I sent in my submission video, and I guess I got it.
You were one of the first people that ever sent us an actual self-tape because...
Really?
Yeah, because we normally were casting blindly,
but
we definitely did not expect to find someone in that area willing to actually do it and actually have experience. So we got very nervous casting that, but it turned out you were great.
Awesome.
So it worked out.
I didn't know that. You didn't tell me that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. We typically just... My view on production, which is probably bad and it's going to bite me in the ass eventually, is if someone's applying to be an actor, assume that they know what they're doing, or that they want to try and do the best that they're going to possibly do.
Okay.
And knowing how, like, the experience of acting, they're going to, within a few takes, they're going to nail whatever you need them to nail.
Okay.
So for me, it's more important that I get along with and click with the people I'm working with, because as you've seen, we do not have a typical set.
You do not run a typical set, I must admit. It was funny because recently I've been on a set where we took, I want to say, 5 hours for one scene. Not even a scene. It was just, we did it so many times that it took 5 hours.
Never.
And I think you could shoot an entire episode in 5 hours.
I would lose my fucking mind if we did one scene in 5 hours. Because we were doing 11 pages in 5 hours because we don't have the luxury of time, and we also want to be respectful of the people that we know we're paying a day rate. We want to be respectful of their time. So for us to spend 5 hours on one scene with the same cast and crew and then have other people blocking off that time, I feel like it's a big waste of a lot of people's time.
Yeah, it is a big waste of time, especially if you've nailed it and you don't have to keep doing it. Just keep going.
Yeah, and I think I've mentioned this before. One of the reasons we're able to do that is because I'm also... I don't want to call myself the director, but I tend to direct because I'm running the camera. Mm-hmm. I am able to, in my mind, visualize. I've written the script, I'm editing, and I'm running the camera. In my mind, I'm able to visualize how I'm going to edit this down in the end.
Yeah, I find myself doing that a lot too, especially with people that I work with. They kind of see that that's how I function as a camera person. When I know I'm editing it, I'm like, okay, got it. That's what I'm rolling with. Let's keep moving. I know that's going to work for my edit, or I know that's not going to work for my edit. Let me do it again. So that's how I work too.
Exactly. So what do you do exactly? Explain to the 5 people that are going to watch this series.
So I consider myself kind of a jack of all trades and master of none, because I really do try to do as much as possible creatively. I'd like to be active in some creative capacity. So that's why I did respond to an acting gig when I'm not necessarily an actress, and I do more so stuff behind the camera. I work for an insurance company and do their social media production in terms of all their videos for breweries and vineyards and stuff, which is really fun. I don't drink at all really that much, but I do have a lot of fun going to all of these places, Colorado, California, and visiting all these breweries and hanging out. So a lot of people think I have a sweet gig, which I would say so too.
Well, no, I think it's great that you're doing something that relates to the field that you want to be creative in.
Yes.
Like the fact that you're working in production essentially is a great thing that a lot of people, like I fell into this through work accidentally. That's not my main responsibility at my job.
Yeah.
But because they're always looking for content, if I'm able to provide them, like my production company focuses on super low budget projects. If I'm able to provide them with content for essentially nothing, they're going to give me that opportunity, which they have, which is great. Not a lot of companies would do that.
That's literally almost exactly what happened to me. So I'm an insurance agent for health insurance, and that's something that I fell into insurance, and unfortunately, it's really true. Like when you start working in insurance, you never leave. So I already messed this up, John. No, I didn't. Hold on. So when you get into insurance, it's true. You never leave the business.
I think that's a good variety of careers, and the fact is, you get to a certain age where you're just comfortable with your salary, comfortable with your freedom, comfortable with a lot of things that you're scared to interrupt what you have.
So to that point, I was feeling like I was getting too comfortable, but I wasn't doing anything creative. So that's when I started kind of looking around within my company to see if there were any space for me to be creative. And that's when I was like, hey, hi, I do video stuff. Do you want to take me on and have me build up your social media presence? And they were like, oh yeah, that's exactly what we needed. Let's do it. And now...
And that is amazing, because that's very similar to how I started producing Labeled and Anya Marina for the label. I think in what I said before with being scared to disrupt anything, there are a lot of people that are in their day-to-day job that don't love what they're doing, but don't want to interrupt it by saying, hey, I can also be an asset in this area.
Yeah.
And I took the chance strictly because really I was really doing it already. I was already shooting at the label, and it sort of made its way up to some people. But for me, it was more about... I knew we're a media company. So for me to pitch a media-related idea, I didn't think it would be the end of the world.
Yeah.
So it definitely made sense to at least pitch something. Worst case scenario, they say no, and I am where I am. But a lot of people get nervous to sort of disrupt what they do or step on toes, which is always my biggest fear. I don't want to say, hey, I know you have an entire production department that you spend a lot of money on, but I can do something better.
Yeah.
I don't think what I'm doing is better. I just think that what I'm doing is a focus in an area that they don't have focus on right now.
Yeah.
It's not a priority. So for them to take a risk and throw a few dollars into it, I think it was worth it for them. I think we gave them great content, and now it's...
You definitely did.
But in giving them great content, it was... You kind of have to do low budget things, which is what we were talking about, where my entire way of producing is just different. We hired you on Labeled also because you did lighting. You know that stuff. I'm not familiar with it, and we don't have a budget for it. So I'm in this shitty position of having to cut corners, which isn't fun.
I must admit, like, that lighting situation was the most stressful thing ever because of how fast we had to move. And so on other productions, like, gaffers will take their time until they have the lighting perfect
because that's what they get paid for.
A DP. And oh man, that, like, it was like, okay, we're moving, and I'm like, no, I gotta move this.
That's the other thing. When people offer to do stuff, I hate saying no, because I don't want to say, I don't want it to come off as we don't need you. We definitely needed a gaffer, but when you don't have the time, and we had the budget because we were getting funded at this point, but for me, there you go.
Oh, I lost one already. No, I found it. Okay.
For me, I just think time is a bigger value to people, especially on low-budget independent stuff.
I've learned that, yeah, for sure. Through you, actually. That's what I've learned is timing.
If you're able to save someone their day, it goes a long way. Like, I think it's people appreciate that kind of work, even though the environment not to say the environment was bad. We weren't all stressed out. I was stressed out because that's just how I work. But have it, everybody just knew what they were getting themselves into, which is why I love the cast as much as I do. Mm-hmm. They never bailed on me, even though Bethany and I run that kind of set. Like, they knew what they were getting themselves into every time. Some of them appreciated the fact that they'd be in and out within an hour or two.
Yeah.
We normally didn't keep anybody more than 2 hours to shoot their piece. But I can understand how someone who's a perfectionist like you, and I am in certain aspects, but someone who's a perfectionist might get super stressed out by the way that we operate.
But I learned a lot from, your set.
How is that even possible?
Because it's how things, you're kind of like I get to move on to 2 already.
Yeah.
Haha. You're like the messiah of the way production sets run now, and it's mostly because of how quickly there has to be a content turnover.
Yeah.
In terms of social media and how fast all productions have to move, like the Netflix productions, the Amazon productions that are just churning out all of these shows so quickly because we're demanding it. It's all of us. We're demanding all of the content as quickly as possible, so we're forced to change.
And they sort of did that to themselves, because that's the downside of a subscription service. Like, I was just reading an article. It basically posted all the tweets from people who said, "Oh, Mandalorian's over, time to cancel Disney Plus." And
wow.
Yeah, Disney's gonna have a problem with that when they insist on a subscription service when they only have one real show that, like, I think a few of them might have stuck around if they had an MCU show available, or they were launching from one show into another. But it seems like they've put their High School Music, they've put all their original content out at the same time to reach different crowds, and it
might have like bit them in the ass at the end.
Yeah,
like
I think Netflix has that also. I think there are a lot of people who subscribe for Stranger Things, and they do all their binge watching when a full season is available.
Yeah.
And then they disappear until the next season.
Who I'm more afraid for is Showtime and HBO, because I've already canceled those subscriptions, and there's no reason. Well, I'm just watching Shameless, and I don't have anything else on those channels that I'm watching. And I also can't justify paying $15 a month for HBO Go or $10 a month for Showtime when I'll just watch something on Netflix, or I'll just watch something on Amazon Prime.
I'm in the same place. I'm about to cancel my Verizon completely because I'm realizing so one thing I noticed is a lot of channels have lost the rights to the stuff that they like, I'm a big movie person, so most of the stuff I watched anyway were movies, were the movie channels, and I noticed a lot of movies just vanished because they went to their they ended up with exclusive rights to whatever streaming service they're on now.
Wow. Okay.
So I noticed like a lot of Christmas movies just vanished.
Like Bad Santa or
like
something?
They were playing a lot of horror movies in like Scream is on every day now, so I'm like, oh, I guess Showtime didn't lose rights to Scream.
Yeah.
Because they seem to have lost it to everything else. But ultimately, I if you look at the trajectory of where we are, we're circling back to cable. Like, you're gonna have 5 companies that own all the content. And then you're just going to have one person who puts it on one device. So basically, if you want to call it, let's just say, for example, it's Apple Music.
Yeah. You
now have Apple Music where you can get all your apps. You've just created Verizon. Like, now it's everybody owning. They're different channels. It's essentially them as different channels.
The different subscription services are your different.
But they work like channels. And the thing that network TV has working against it is those different channels. You can program your own stuff. So the only way that network TV is going to be able to survive this is by allowing you to pick what you watch when, which you can with a lot of the on-demand stuff. But as long as they have their prime time, where from 8 to 11, they're picking the stuff that you can watch live, and you have to watch everything after it comes out, they're going to have a rough time keeping up with the ability to pick and choose what you watch when.
I know you watch some, like, I call it garbage reality TV shows sometimes.
Which ones?
You were watching. Remember, I was telling you I love Temptation Island.
Oh yeah, that's garbage TV.
But it is such good
Watching
garbage
couples
TV.
make terrible decisions to end up divorced or broken up.
It is such good TV, and I've been and they did a good job on season 2. It was fantastic.
I haven't caught up on season 2.
Oh, that was you. And that one went far.
I didn't watch season 2 because I'm still trying to understand why anyone in their right mind did season 1.
Would go on the show.
It's called Temptation Island. Do you think
you don't even win any money?
No, all you win is a breakup. You win either a new boyfriend or girlfriend, or you win misery because your boyfriend or girlfriend cheated on you.
You do get to live in Hawaii for a month. So that's about...
Is that worth my relationship? Probably not. They don't come that often that I can be playing with them. Fucking around with it on Temptation Island.
I think you should go on Temptation Island.
How'd you meet your husband, Adam?
Gosh, we met on MySpace.
Yes, I remember we spoke about this. Did you have MySpace? Okay, so our PA, she didn't have to go through the...
How old are you?
19.
Oh, yeah, there's no way that she...
But do you know if her generation had MySpace? Like, I think we were talking about this, how passive-aggressive we were on MySpace, like with the top 8. Yes. And when you wanted to tell someone you were mad at them, you would move their spot in your top 8. So for those of you who didn't have MySpace, you pick 8 or 16 friends that you can put in your friends section, and then you can move around their place in that section. And if you really wanted to fuck someone off, you would just move them below someone else.
Exactly.
And you would get a message or a text within 10 minutes that was just like, why did I get lowered in your top 8? Or why? Or if you want to piss someone off completely or really know they made you mad, you would remove them from the top 8.
I've always found it strange when someone would meet you for the very first time, and then you would end up on their top 8 or like their top 16, their top 32. Remember when it was just expanding? So I remember this one person put me on their MySpace with a picture and a description as to like how I was their really close friend, and they had me in their top 16, I guess. I don't know. And it was really weird to me.
I think that's the equivalent of meeting someone for the first time and them following you on Instagram immediately.
I think that's though.
I'm very wary about that. It's
really?
Yeah, give it some time, but I'm weird with social interaction in general, so that makes sense.
I think that I do use Netflix more so as like Netflix, wow. Instagram.
You're losing it. You're getting old. This birthday episode.
No, I'm concentrating. I use Instagram very much so as like a networking tool. So like if I do meet somebody, I am very inclined to add them on Instagram pretty quickly.
Yeah, I'm gonna start using LinkedIn to date. I just need a girl with a job.
Can I just point out that I finished so like far ahead of you that I actually
get to play. You have a children's set.
I get to play with mine now.
Yeah, but you have a children's set, and I'll be done with mine in 5 seconds.
So,
and then we'll get on to the next set.
I do very much appreciate that John got me a construction set, because this is what I feel like at my house. So as John mentioned, I did buy a property with my husband, and he is a recording producer. I said that totally wrong. He's a music producer. Yeah. And so we had to find a place that would be both a studio and our home, just because financially it made sense. We couldn't have 2 different places. And where we live, all the homes are way too small to have a really nice studio. So we bought a building that no one's ever lived in before. We are the first people to legally reside in it. We ended up finding out there were some very illegal apartments in it beforehand. But so we found out as well that it was an ice cream truck storage.
Which is amazing.
Yes. It was a chicken slaughterhouse. It was a lot of different things.
A lot of disgusting things.
A lot of disgusting.
Ice cream's kind of good, but a chicken slaughterhouse, I could do with that.
Yeah, and that was within like the last 20 years that it was a chicken slaughterhouse.
That's pretty terrifying.
It is horrifying. I don't even want to.
Do you hear the screams at night?
I don't.
Imagine.
I don't hear the screams at night. But anyhow, we have to do a lot of work in this property. So I've done a lot of demolition with my father-in-law, literally like knocking down walls and tearing down sheetrock and disposing of it ourselves. Like we're doing a lot of heavy construction.
When do you find time to do that? Because you also have your job.
Of course I have my job, but you know, after work, my father-in-law comes by around 6:30, and him and I will do a lot. Well, I shouldn't say just him and I. My husband as well, if he's not busy in the studio. We'll do work together, which involves a lot of sheetrocking, a lot of electric work. I've learned myself how to do electric
I'm constantly
outlets.
impressed with what you're willing to teach yourself. I don't want to do that. I had somebody come in and illegally put in my lights.
Legally or illegally?
Illegally. Oh yeah, this guy wasn't. I don't think he was a real electrician. He did a good job. My lights.
Yeah, those look pretty good.
And they haven't gone out in 5 years. Those are the same lights I put in.
Nice. Yeah, LEDs are pretty solid in that sense. And well, actually, no, they're not even LEDs.
They're not LEDs. I just don't go into my living room unless I have guests over once a year.
Yeah, I put in like all environmentally friendly options wherever I can. So LED
that was
lighting.
Thoughtful of you.
Which I've done my own light fixtures. I've done my own outlets. Aside from like that very hands-on stuff, right now I'm working on a brick wall that used to be an exterior wall, but is now an interior wall of what will be my living room. And so I'm doing a lot of, how did I describe it? Just like removing plaster from this brick with heavy-duty hammer drills. And I've gotten blisters on my hands and stuff, so I can't have like very nice nails until I finish my home. So once I start doing my nails again, you'll know my home's finished. But yeah,
I'm excited to see it because I've seen the place under construction. It's a really big spot.
It's about 3,000 square feet total.
It's crazy.
The studio takes up most of it, but our home is going to be a nice little 2-bedroom home.
This thing is miserable. It's 2-bedroom, or is it 2-bedroom plus like the
we
the
also
guest?
have the band quarters. Yeah, we do have an apartment.
You have a lot of space.
We do. It's very awesome. I'm very grateful for what we were able to find. I do have a scary story to tell about my property. So we had to redo our heat, of course, too, because there was no heat in the back of the building where we live. And we went about a month and a half with no heat, which was insane. But while the plumbers were finally able to come in, that's the one thing I can't do myself is plumbing.
Pipes.
So they're trying to run a pipe through what is currently now my office into what's my bathroom. And as they're putting the pipe through the wall, they were hitting something that wasn't the bathroom. So they told me they had to stop. They called me over and they said, Lisa, you have to check out, what's here. So I'm taking a look in the hole, and there's a garbage bag, right?
Oh, please tell me it's dead chickens.
So
please tell me it's dead chickens.
I do not know what it is yet, but there is a 4 by 6 foot space behind our bathroom that's unaccounted for. And when
it's a human.
It's
absolutely a human.
It's not a human. I know it's not a human because I was able to take a 2x4, climb above what is drop ceiling to the back of the bathroom, right? And like peek over, and I took a picture of it, and it's just garbage. It's a bunch of garbage bags.
People can be garbage.
But when I was able to peek, it looks like concrete materials. So what I believe happened is the person who owned the property before us, they were just trying to flip it as quickly as possible, and they had all this construction garbage, and they just put it behind this wall, put up a wall so they didn't have to worry about getting rid of it. But I'm scared that it's asbestos material, so I haven't touched it yet. And I'm not going to.
Stick with that story. The previous people were just cleaning quickly. They didn't murder anybody
in
the chicken house.
I know, and there's a bunch of Russians that own the building.
Oh my God, it's definitely a human. I guarantee you there are Russians in this building that are hiding bodies in their places.
Oh gosh,
I always hear every time we get letters under our door where they're attacking each other, they always mention this person took this person's closet and this person's wall and did the.
Wait, what?
So because a lot of these apartments in this building are touching, when someone goes to sell, they sometimes make side deals with their neighbors to do construction to move the closet onto the other side of the apartment.
So what you mean is move a closet, put a body in there, build a wall up, no one knows about it.
Okay, I'm not accusing anybody of anything. I'm just saying they could do that.
That's horrifying.
Well, it's Brooklyn. What can you do? I think it's time for the second set. Can't have a birthday without it. Let's pull it out. I keep saying that. No, we're not going to pull it out. But our next set, I'm going to be doing another truck. It is an ice cream truck.
An ice cream truck?
Pretty cool. Half of my chins were born through ice cream. So,
I love ice cream so much. You have no idea.
Are you able to eat it, or do you get sick from it also?
I also get so sick from it.
I get so sick from it. Do you have any memories of like a worst birthday?
The worst birthday.
I don't have a particular worst birthday. I definitely think my 30th birthday, I rolled out of bed and my back cracked, and I was like, this is the end. This is the beginning of the end. So like that was as bad as it got. But did you have a lot of birthdays missed because of when our birthday is?
Missed in terms of...
Like I had a lot of no-shows because of snow.
Yeah, I didn't grow up having too many birthday parties.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I think that's why I don't particularly remember a worst birthday. My birthdays were always celebrated different times because I spent a lot of time as a kid in Honduras. And we would go to Honduras for Christmas time, and because my family there wanted to celebrate my birthday with me, they would throw me some awesome surprise parties. And I never expected it. Even though they did it all the time, I never expected when they would do them. And so when we got back to the States by January 26th, almost a month later after Christmas, my parents never threw birthday parties for me or anything like that. We would just have a cake and that was it. So now that I'm an adult, my birthdays have been pretty cool because I get to celebrate them on my birthday.
What have you been doing? Anything good lately?
Last birthday I celebrated in San Diego.
Oh, that's good. You haven't had the 30th yet, right?
I have not had the 30th. Okay. It's going to be my 29th birthday.
I'm
sorry, it is my 29th birthday.
Yesterday.
Yesterday.
If you're watching this on the 27th.
So that's why I kind of did my juice cleanse now, because I'm trying to be super healthy by the time I am 30, so I don't have that back crack experience like you did.
I think that you're 1 year away. I think trying to fix it, like you're going to have the back crack at this point.
I'm going to have the back crack?
You're either going to have it or you won't. Did you take your juice cleanse drink
yet? I did not yet. Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, no, go for it. I mean, you know.
Just whipping out my juice. Oh my
God. And
it's
you put it in a container that makes it look worse. I didn't think it could look worse than it did in a water bottle.
How does this look worse?
Because oh my God.
It's orange and carrot juice. This is one of my last juices of my cleanse. So I haven't eaten in about 4 days.
Totally normal.
Totally
I can't wait till the next segment when she blacks out and we have to revive her. Oh, that's disgusting. Oh my God, it looks thick.
Are you gonna revive me or no?
No, it looks like Evian water, that thick, chewable water.
Oh, yum. Evian
I hate
water.
Evian. My birthday, there were two things that I ran into for my birthdays, which was one was, it was always Super Bowl Sunday. So my birthday was always on Sunday of the Super Bowl. I knew it wasn't my friends that were like, oh, we can't go, because it was their dads or their moms. Who were like, no, you can't go to that birthday. It's Super Bowl Sunday. So there was always that. And then if it wasn't that, which I also never even questioned my parents, like, maybe we do it on a Saturday. It was probably much cheaper on Super Bowl Sunday. But I'm trying to think of why they wouldn't have just moved it to the Saturday.
But you had some awesome an awesome bar mitzvah.
Yeah, but at 13, bar mitzvahs everybody showed up to. Birthdays, like I did a lot of pool halls, bowling alleys, and yeah, people would miss it either because of the Super Bowl, or if it wasn't the Super Bowl, or sometimes if it was, it would get snowed out. It would just be me, my parents and like the friends from the neighborhood because my school friends were not coming out in the snow or you couldn't drive. Yeah, but now my birthdays, it's funny because now I just don't care for birthdays.
Really?
The people that I would think knew me are the ones who text me and say, what are we doing for your birthday? And I'm always like,
nothing.
I'm doing nothing. I'm sleeping. What are you doing for my birthday? So like I'll usually do something the Friday before. Like we'll go straight from my office. We'll go to Johnny Utah's for the mechanical bull. I'll break
gosh,
I'll fuck up my spine a little bit.
Gone on a mechanical bull before.
Oh, so you should come this year. It's gonna be great.
Yes.
I get hurt every year.
I would love to see that.
And then you walk like a penguin after that because the bull bangs against your thighs so bad. Like I didn't know you could bruise your thighs, and man. I wake up the next morning with just the worst bruises on my thighs.
That's horrible.
I mean,
it's kind of like horseback riding. Have you ever gone horseback riding?
So here's the thing, right? I've gone horseback riding, but not where I as a kid, not recently, but also there's not a person controlling the horse. Where here, the guy at Johnny Utah's doesn't care for grown men to be on this thing when there are plenty of women that he could have bouncing up and down.
That is true.
So he makes the bull go fucking crazy. I last maybe 15 seconds and I'm thrown across the ring.
That is amazing.
And then he has some girl on there that he slowly bumps her up and down just to watch her chest bounce. And I'm like, I have a chest too. He's just not interested in it.
I'm glad I wasn't bestowed with a large chest, so I might have
that same problem. Oh my God, I have a video from a few years ago where there was one girl that he kept on there. It must have been 15 minutes just to watch her bounce. And it was upsetting because I got hurt and I was only on there for 7 seconds. I thought I had a concussion because I had such whiplash. I got thrown.
That's just messed up. I'm going to have a conversation with this bull controller. I was obsessed with the Popeye chicken sandwich. Let me just say,
I've never tried. I've never had Popeye. I've had Popeyes once.
What?
And I had chicken tenders because that's how I ease into fast food. I try their chicken tenders, and that lets me know if I can eat anything else from that place. Yeah.
So I think I'm going to blame Popeyes for me having to do this juice cleanse because I was eating a lot of chicken sandwiches. A lot of chicken sandwiches.
That's a ballsy move to blame Popeyes for your juice cleanse.
I'm going to blame them for that slight addiction.
While you have plans of going to White Castle for Valentine's Day, it's a pretty ballsy move to blame Popeyes for your juice cleanse.
Okay. I have self-control. I do. I have self-control.
Don't we all?
So their sandwiches, I must say, it was amazing. That chicken sandwich.
It was amazing, but 2 people died for it.
Multiple people have.
Yeah.
I believe.
Is it that amazing?
And they made them on top of garbage cans. They had children making them. There were so many videos of how horrible Popeyes.
Was it that amazing?
It was good. But then I was turned away once I started looking at the ingredients.
It was worth child labor and murder, is what you're saying.
It was.
I just want you to confirm that.
I'm going to confirm. When I had it, yes.
You're basically saying it was totally cool that children died.
No, children died.
Oh, no children died. Grown-ups died, but children labored over your chicken sandwich. But it was good, so it was okay.
Yes.
Cool.
It was quite good.
Okay, we should probably talk about our situation.
And what situation would that be, John?
We didn't get on Lego Masters after our audition.
I'm sure while people are watching this, they're like, wow, John and Lisa are really good at building Lego together.
They should be on Lego Masters.
They should be on Lego Masters.
Okay, so here's the thing. And we're going to probably use this in our audition for season 2. Okay, so how did this start? Okay, so you had done... Well, we were friends, and we had done a test taping of this.
Yes.
And then we found out that Lego Masters was casting.
Mm-hmm. You found out.
And we didn't talk about this, but you, like me, are into comic books, and you're like a comic book nerd of sorts. Mm-hmm. So at the time, you had started up Alchemist.
Yes.
And we then got word of Lego Masters casting, and we decided we are going to...
We would make a hell of a team.
Yeah. even though you didn't really have as much experience as me, we would lie a little bit and try to play it off and try to get on.
We weren't lying.
We were lying.
We were exaggerating.
We were lying.
They knew it. They knew we were exaggerating.
They knew we were lying. Well, it was one girl. So we finally get called to audition. Do you want to tell it from your perspective, and then I will tell it from mine. My main thing was, I don't like auditioning because this is not a face for a camera or a TV or anything. I'm doing this mostly just to hang with friends and expense my Lego problem. But this is not a face for public consumption. So I hated the audition from the idea of it.
As your friend, I really disagree with that.
Okay, and I appreciate that, but you're wrong. Okay, so now I want to hear your thoughts on the situation from the start.
So when John brought the idea up, of course, I was really stoked on it. And I said, yeah, let's send in our applications. And we each had to do an online submission where I did not lie. I was exaggerating a tiny bit.
She lied.
But the questions were very much involved with what original Lego builds have you done? How often do you do Lego? Do you build Lego? And I did build Lego a lot when I was a nanny for 2 kids. And we did a lot of different sets, a lot of very difficult sets like Hogwarts and stuff like that. So I was pretty confident that I would be able to do it, especially since John and I had done an episode of Building with Friendships as a test for when you were starting your series. And so we submitted that. We got a call back. John got the phone call, and they were like, hey, we want to do a Skype interview with you guys. And of course I'm freaking out about it, but we did. We managed to get through this interview, I thought, very successfully and very well, because they did ask us for more content. They asked us for more pictures. They asked us for more stuff of us together. So I thought it was going really well.
That was your mistake. I knew it wasn't going well because
why would they ask us for more?
Because we didn't give them enough. She even said to us. She said to us, basically what they do is they give you the Skype interview. And they use that content. She was a casting. She worked for casting.
Yes.
So after they give the Skype interview, their job is to then package you guys as a possible contestant.
Yeah.
Yeah. So her job was to take what we did in the Skype interview, present it to her producers, and say, hey, this is why they would be great. I do not think we gave her what she needed, which is why she sent us on a mission to get more content.
My problem with the whole process as well was that I understand her job and what you're saying. She's trying to push us as possible as the best option for the show. But she kept trying to pin me as this.
So let's talk about that. You got pinned as
the pretty girl who could
be nerdy.
Like the pretty nerdy girl who can roll with the guys.
Yes.
That was, I think, word for word what she said.
Yeah.
And like they're feeding you these lines to say. So I remember her telling me to say, I'm Lisa and I love Lego and comic books, but I can hang with the guys or something like that. And I was like, this is insane. But they also wanted us to be like, Brooklyn, Jersey. We're from Brooklyn. We're from Jersey.
Okay, so that was your storyline. Your storyline was the comic book.
The Jersey girl.
The girl comic book nerd that could hang with the dudes. Mine was the guy who was saved by Lego. So during the interview process, they start asking you specific questions. So like I said, she's now the attractive nerdy girl who can hang with the guys. And the woman asks me, what got you into Lego? And I said, I honestly started building again right after my surgery because I didn't want to take painkillers and I was in a lot of pain and I needed something to just distract my mind. And she goes, so would you say Lego saved your life? And that's where it began because we really wanted this gig. So we were like, I was like, yeah, I guess it did.
John.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, it did. I mean, and she's like, oh, so it like saved, it prevented you from going on drugs.
You didn't become a stereotype
that
became a heroin addict after painkillers.
Thanks to Lego. We're still talking, and I don't think I've given off a great impression because, like I said, I'm bad on camera when I know I'm on camera. Right now, I still don't think I feel completely comfortable, but like I'm in a room with two people I know, so I'm okay with it, and I'm being myself. But when I have someone that's judging me based on how I'm coming off because she has to make a video package based on how I'm coming off, I got super nervous.
Yeah.
So in any case, she then asks us to, like you said, be very Brooklyn and Jersey and make these weird statements. So she's like, look into the camera and just say, my name is John Sosis and Lego saved my life. And I fucking did it like the sellout that I am. I looked straight. I wish I could get our audition video. I gotta email her and see if she has it.
I wonder if we could get that.
I would love to post that to my page because we were both such fucking sellouts.
Yes, we were.
But it's like everything
the prize was what, 250,000?
I think like $100,000.
No, I think it was more.
But we didn't know who the host was, and it probably would have been worth it to meet Will Arnett. So I'm kind of.
You think so? You think it would have been worth it?
I think he seems like a cool dude. I would have liked to become friendly with him. Not friends, obviously, but I would have become friendly with him. He seems funny enough that we would have hung. But no, we were such sellouts that as soon as they said say that, I was like, all right, let me try it again. And we kept trying and trying and trying. And yeah, I mean, we did that. And then we get the email, and for a second, I was confident that they did like us because, first of all, we were early in the process, so obviously better people came along, but
yeah, we got a response very quickly.
Yeah, we were hearing back quickly, so I did get a little bit excited, but then ultimately I realized it was because she just didn't have what she wanted from our interview, so she sent us on this mission. First, we went to
the Lego store in Jersey Gardens.
Did we go there first or the comic book store? We went there first.
Yes.
Yeah. We went to Jersey Gardens, which is an outlet mall, to the Lego store, and we just filmed behind the scenes videos. And she posed with Lego stormtroopers, and it was just a whole day of selling out where I felt dirty afterwards. I was like, is this really worth my dignity? Because if that's what they make you do for the audition, I could only imagine what they script for you
on the show.
And I've seen some of the commercials. There's a guy crying. I'm like, dude, you're building Lego. Why are you in tears?
I would have cried.
Would you?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my God. You asked me to cry on camera, I'll do it for the Lego, being a Lego master.
You think that's worth it for you?
Yes.
The crying on cue?
Yes.
I wouldn't have cried, but we definitely would have fought because I think they would have wanted to show a gender dynamic.
Yes, they did want to show that too.
Yeah, it was very obvious with the stuff they were telling you. Now say, I'm so-and-so, and I like comic books, and I can hang with the guys.
Yeah.
It's like, shut the fuck up. It was bad. But, like, I guess as a producer, that's your job.
Yeah, of course.
And I'm kind of bummed I wasn't on it. Like, I don't know how the work situation would have been handled. I might have had to quit.
You had to be available for 6 weeks, I believe it was, right?
Yeah.
6.
But I don't think we were filming all day long, so I think we could have probably pulled off working remotely.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can, but I
would have been able to, yeah. My boss would have thought that was hilarious
I don't know if my company would have let me. I would like to think they would have. They let me do a lot. They're very cool with just giving their employees freedom when they need it, but at the same time we do have an important job, so yes. I don't know if something goes wrong. Oh, he missed that. He was busy shooting Lego Masters.
Yes.
I don't know if that would fly. She was definitely considering us. So yeah, we went to We shot the bonus footage at the Lego store. Then we went to the comic book store where you were doing some content at the time.
Yes.
And we submitted that, and then we just never heard
to show off the geeky side.
Yeah, we had to show everybody you could hang with the guys.
I have to hang with the guys.
That was the weirdest thing.
I know. It's like, well, I thought we were past these like social stigmas.
No, not on reality TV. We were just talking about that. Those social stigmas are going strong on reality TV.
They really are, though. Oh.
Well, that's because they need that character. They weren't going to get the dumb one from me. I'm curious to see which stereotypes they have on there. I already saw in the trailer a girl with blue hair, so I'm trying not to prejudge, but I assure you she's the nerdy one.
You think she's the nerdy one? She's like into anime and stuff? And...
Yeah, 100%. 100%, and she's built like custom Harry Potter castles, like that whole deal.
Oh yeah. Now we have to watch it. We should like live stream us watching.
I'm happy to do that. I mean, I'm always happy to live stream anything. I forgot to put the tires on. It looks like something you see in Brooklyn. You like get up and you're propped up on cinder blocks.
Yeah.
That happened to my sister's car.
Also, can I just point out that I've never seen like a Mr. Softy truck say, "Mind that child." You mind that child. Okay, can we talk about really quickly how much I actually really loved Ellen's Stardust Diner?
Oh, yeah, we need to talk about that. So I get a lot of shit because when people are from out of town are in, or people, I work right across the street from Ellen's Stardust Diner. So if you don't know what that is, that's essentially a diner. It's very well known. It's on Broadway in the city, and it's a singing waitstaff. So your waiters sing Broadway songs and other songs as they're serving you. So it's actually an interesting place, and it's fun to go if you don't want to talk to the person you're with, because it's very loud in there, so you can't really get a conversation going. So it's great for people you don't want to speak to. But it's a fun place, and most people enjoy it. But I Insta story when I'm there, and yeah, I'm there more than a normal person is, but I get a lot of shit for it.
From me.
So Lisa ended up going.
Well,
how was it?
Okay, so whenever I think something is lame, I'm not afraid to say, that's fucking lame. And of course, it looked so corny. You got these people dancing and singing on top of the table, like in the strip on top of the tables. Like, you look like you were having such a great time. And I was like, that's corny AF. So
AF.
I had my sister visiting me, and of course I was like, you know what? I'm going to have to go visit this Ellen Stardust Diner because John keeps going to this damn place with everyone who comes from out of town. And since my sister hasn't been here in 10 years, I was like, that's perfect. Let me bring her there. The line was 2 hours, and I was about to say, nope, no, thank you, not going to do that. But the people online were like, it's worth it, wait online. So, of course, I was like, all right, I'll keep trying to wait on this line for 2 hours. We get in. I was a little hesitant at first because I was like, I don't even know these songs. These people are singing Broadway songs. I don't even go to Broadway shows. But then they did Shake Sonora, the Beetlejuice song, and I flipped my shit because it was the best thing ever. And then when they threw confetti at us while we're eating, and it's in your food, I was like, this rules. So yes, Ellen Stardust Diner.
So you waited for your food to get ruined before you started enjoying it. Yeah,
because like, if I like places that it's they're unexpected, that's a very unexpected thing to happen to you while you're at a restaurant. So I really appreciated that.
And you're like, you're squeezed into a small space.
Yeah.
It's a very small space. It's actually, the food is actually really good.
It's been fantastic.
I love the food there.
They had their mac and cheese is really overpriced, but very good.
Well, I mean, I would say it's overpriced from Brooklyn or Jersey, but for Times Square, it's priced, I would say, the way it normally, a restaurant normally is. Like, I don't think you would get it for cheaper at Hard Rock Cafe.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
So it's priced the way it normally would. This sounds like a plug for that. But the food is actually really good. It's just a matter of, are you the type of person?
Honestly, plug them. Ellen's deserves more plugs.
Yeah, Ellen's Stardust it's a really good place to go on. I've gone on dates there, which is probably bad.
You have?
Not a great place for a date. You can't talk. I guess if you're screaming a little loud, you can hear each other, but they're blasting music, they're singing. Sometimes it gets annoying where, like, I just want another Coke. Can you stop singing for like 3 seconds? Because your waiter is actually singing.
Yes,
so at some point, your waiter or waitress disappears because they're prepping for their song. And then you're just sitting there like, hey, a Coke would be great, or like a water or something. And you can't find your waiter until they come over and sing to you. So how's it looking?
Look at all these extra pieces.
Yeah, well, that's because the front of your ice cream truck doesn't have a front.
What do you mean?
What do you mean, what do I mean?
I like this one.
Yours looks like it was stolen. So many questions. Look how many stickers weren't put on yet.
I don't need the stickers. It's low-key. It's a low-key ice cream truck.
It looks like a sketchy ice cream truck from a sketchy neighborhood. All right, so the last segment, race to the finish. Birthday clowns.
I hate clowns.
I know. I was going to get us the Lego cake. I decided on the Lego clown that comes with a mini cake.
I don't think you realize I really hate clowns.
Well, you're about to build one.
You're making me face my fears.
Happy birthday.
Oh, and it says happy birthday in multiple languages. Can I start?
Yeah, let's go.
Go, okay.
And that's a wrap.
What? No. That is so cute.
Clown.
I don't like it.
All right, let's end it there. That was a fun birthday episode.
I'm having heart palpitations.
It's just
that
a
was
Lego
stressful.
clown. You'll be fine. But thank you to my guest, Lisa Zalenski. Where can they follow you?
At Lisa Zalenski on Instagram.
And it'll be down here, of course. And as a giveaway, we're going to be giving away for the birthday episode. We're going to give away a clown set. So, yeah, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Make sure you follow both of us on Instagram. And we're going to pick a winner.
Yes. Happy birthday to us.
Happy birthday.